Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Zibai of course did just recently release, and of course we have to go ahead and try her out in the Spiral Abyss with this very team that you see here. And then on the second half we will be using our Flins as well, because why not? Absolutely love that guy. One thing I should mention is that this is not one of my usual free-to-play C0 R0 showcases, because our luck in Notcry has just been that insane. We got Doran, basically since Luna 3 our luck has been absolutely insane, or yeah, since Luna 3, because when Doran released, we got him in the first temple on this account. Columbina released first temple, then we got C1 Ineffa in the next temple, then we got a Mona, which gave us a guaranteed, so I just had to go for the Columbina C1, and then we just got Zibai in our first temple. Our Zibai is C0, hence why we are doing a C0 Zibai showcase, although I will mention, looking at her weapon, we do have her on the Araki Misagiri, because this is the only ever limited weapon I've pulled on this account, and it would be kind of a shame not to use it, because our Al-Haytham has been kind of wasting it recently. And then for our artifacts, we'll show those off at the end, but constellations, like I said, C0, and then 110-6 talents. As I mentioned, Columbina will be C1, and then we will be going for a C2 Illuga alongside a C6 Gorou. For our Flint off, we'll be going for Flins, C0, although he's on Primordial Jade Wing Spear, so I wouldn't say that's about R1 level. As for Zibai, it's a limited weapon, but Primordial Jade Wing Spear you can get off standard banner. And then we will be playing him with C6 Aino, who we just picked up on this current banner, and then also the C1 Ineffa I mentioned, and then closing it off with a Sucrose. So yeah, these are the teams we're going to be running. Full character builds will be at the end. Like I said, this isn't a usual C0 R0 showcase because my luck has just been too insane in Notcry. But real quick, if you need to pull any Notcry characters, then I have a perfect thing for you, and that's a sponsor, Lootball.gg. You can use Lootball to top up on your favorite games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and save up to 25% with special great value offers such as the 6,480 Genesis Crystals pack available for the first week of the new version, guaranteed character and rerun bundles, and the all-in-one bundle, which now applies on Xbox and PS5 as well. And with the release of the Miliasha Wonderland, you can also top up Chronal Nexus directly on Lootball. When I decided to buy one of my friends a Welcome Moon, all I had to do was enter in their UID and region, and I received the purchase in literally less than 10 seconds. Creators like DuckTV and Jello Impact are also collaborating with Lootboss, so they are trustworthy, and they also have thousands of positive reviews on Trustpilot. Also, new users can get 10% off, and returning users can get up to 8% off in the first week of the new version. So be sure to check out Lootbar with the link in the description. Back to the video. Alright then, and here we are on the first half. Although we already have 100% crit rate on both Flins and Zibai, we might as well go ahead and grab a little bit of extra crit damage, because I don't think the max HP will be helping us out much here other than for Columbina. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and pop Zibai ultimate. Hopefully we'll do some damage before he lands. Yes, it will. A nice 205k. We'll definitely go ahead and take that. Let's see. Our horse does 215k a hit. Very nice. Turrets are hitting for about 20k, I think. That's so yeah, actually some pretty good damage. And actually, we it seems like we're on par to, or rather, we're set to rotate this guy, which is very impressive for the PMI, because well, obviously you can't one cycle the guy because he has 2 phases. So yeah, let's just go ahead and clear these guys. Let's see if the ult will take him out. No, it won't, but I think we won't need to go ahead and use our horse. No, we don't. Perfect. The turrets and just normal geo damage hit them out. 264 when his resistances are shredded, and there we go. We managed to go ahead and clear that incredibly quickly, less than 45 seconds even. Anyway, time for the Flint off now. Like I said, this is a C1 Ineffa, so do take this with a grain of salt. Oh wait, I accidentally ulted. I normally ult first when I have Columbina, just because she gives us the extra energy, which is very nice. But yeah, I mean, our pulls have just been so insane in Notcry so far that, you know what, might as well go ahead and go for a C1 Flins. Because, we have C1 Columbina, we have C1 Ineffa, but my favorite character on that team is Flint, so, it would only be right to get him C1, and, I'm not currently that interested in Varka. I thought I would be more, but less so now. I don't think we're going to be able to get off a second ult here. Oh, never mind, we do. Okay, I thought I messed myself up by using the ult at the beginning there, but we still managed to scrape out of it, and we cleared both sides incredibly quickly, so let's just go ahead and hop straight into the second chamber. Alright then, and here we are on the second chamber. I think we're just going to go ahead and grab some ER. I mean, Gorou can be a bit ER hungry, I suppose, so, might as well pick that up. Anyway, let's just go ahead and pop our regular rotation here once again. Want to get some Fav particles so that we can get some more for our Gorou. Now, there we go. Let's see, are we still doing over 200k? Yes, we are. 215,000 to be precise. Like I said, we definitely could be doing a bit more damage here. Our skill, to be fair, our skill is crowned, although we aren't level 90 quite yet. We also have Illuga, who does not have a C6 either. Gorou is C6. Columbina, like I said, her C1 is giving us a bit extra damage, although to be fair, it actually isn't even that much. But yeah, overall 200k damage, pretty happy with that. Also considering the fact that they're I don't believe, I don't know, is the actually I didn't check what the Blessing of the Abyssal Moon was for this abyss. I actually don't remember, but I know when it comes to the buffs on the first half at least, they aren't crazy shilling. Zibai, she might be getting a bit of buffs from the Blessing of the Abyssal Moon. I'm not 100% sure. I don't quite remember what they were. I entirely forgot. To be fair, that's probably something Lunar rated, but yeah, I'd say about 200k if you have a 5-star weapon on her is to be expected. I don't know what her Harbinger of Dawn damage is, at least with Zhongli, but you know, overall, pretty happy with that score right there. Now we go ahead and hop into the second half. Let's just go ahead and wait for our good old amigo here to just go ahead and do that. There we go. And now, okay, it's this one, so let's go ahead and just apply our Hydro again. We did pick up C6 Aino on Zibai's banner as well, which is insane, but yeah, anyway, I think we should be able to time our ulti with when he's coming out of his state. Let's see. I think we just about got it. I think those damage numbers looked pretty crazy to me, if I say so myself. And okay, we won't be able to one-rotate this guy, unfortunately, but we can probably go ahead and get away with, like, probably a half rotation. I think I'm just going to use our skills here so that we can build up some energy. And I mean, look at all those electro particles. So yeah, we should be absolutely swimming for the third chamber. So let's go ahead and hop right into that. Alright then, and here we are on the third chamber. Let's go ahead and grab a bit of burst damage, although to be fair, I don't think this affects Zibai's ult damage that much, because I'm pretty sure most of it's lunar stuff. But anyway, here is our final challenge for our Zibai. Let's see just how well she does here. Go ahead and pop all of our stuff here, and now go ahead and hit some 200ks. That's, okay, that connects, nice, that's 1, 2, okay, yeah, we're just hitting for a consistent 215,000, so that's really nice there. I am really happy with Zibai's damage numbers right here. Will the ult be able to finish off? No, it doesn't. That is unlucky. Maybe it would have if I had it level 8 instead of a level 6, but oh well. Anyway, to be fair though, that was basically a one rotation. We killed it as we were setting up. So now we can just go ahead and repeat this. Let's see. Like I said, very fun gameplay right now. What I will say, the nice thing about Columbina's C1 isn't like the fact that it gives us more damage, it just gives us a bit more quality of life, because it does give us a shield, which is very nice. So you know, that is some nice extra interruption resistance. And let's just go ahead and finish this off. Yep, there we go. This time we finish it off with Zibai's ultimate. But yeah, Columbina's shield, just some very nice quality of life overall. Although I will say, I do feel like Columbina's C1 is strongest with Flins, but at the same time, our Zibai doesn't have any vertical investment. Kind of like I said, we pulled for, after we got her in the first temple, we pulled for her C1, but we didn't get it. We kind of let Fate decide whether we were going for Zibai or Flint C1, and Fate said Flint C1, which, to be fair, I'm very happy with. When I got to play Flins in the story mode, and I had that low cooldown on his enhanced skill, it just felt so good to play. It actually made C0 Flins feel worse to play after I played C1 Flins, which honestly is kind of giving Risley, because like I had the same issue with Risley where like once I used the C1 I could never go back to the C0. I mean, I was planning to pull Risley's C1 anyway from the beginning, but yeah, it's kind of those situations. But to be fair, Risley and Flins are my two favorite DPSs in the game, so I don't mind them being two characters, which I intentionally pulled their C1 for. But yeah, not like I said, not Cry Luck has just been so insane that it's made this account a bit less relatable, which sucks because I can't do my free-to-play C0 R0 showcases kind of anymore on it. But hey, at least we're having fun, I suppose. But yeah, that's it for our Zibai run, so let's go ahead and hop straight into the character builds and outro. Well then, when it comes to our character builds, like I said, our Zibai is C0, although we are on the Araku Misagiri. For our artifacts, we have some pretty solid 38 CV here, 38 CV here as well. And then here, not the best, but it will have to do. I wish we rolled a bit more crit damage instead of that blasted HP. Defense with a few amount of crit rolls overall, still happy with this piece, still about 30 CV. And then we have a crit rate circlet with 28 crit damage and substat rolls, which I will definitely go ahead and take, like I said, C0, and then 110-6 talents. And then, which gives us a final stat page of 68, which when we add the +5 from Illuga, that's 73 crit rate, plus 30 from the set, so that's 103. So one roll over cat, but not the end of the world. And then 274 crit damage, which our Gorou will go ahead and give us 40 more for 310 from his C6. and then Illuga will go ahead and give us an extra 10, so that's going to be plus 50 crit damage, so that's effectively 100 to 320 curated crit damage, which is a star level of stats, which I'm very happy with. Columbina, 37k max HP, not much EM, 195 ER, on Prototype Amber R5, and then on the Silken Moon set, I do want to change her to the sub DPS set, but haven't farmed that up enough yet. ER, HP with crit damage, and then Constellations C1, like we mentioned, and then 286 talents, because I don't have any slimes, so we'll have to definitely upgrade that later. But yeah, 68 to 165 crit ratio. Illuga, oh wait, I just realized I forgot to upgrade this guy's things. He's on a level 40 Favalance, and then he's level 20 on the flower, but then plus 0, plus 20 on ER, and then plus 0 on the EM. So actually our turrets should be doing way more damage than they were here. I just forgot to level up our Illuga's artifact, which is quite the blunder for me, but still we cleared quite well. And then C2, and then 168 talents. I kind of didn't need to level these up. I did that by accident. I thought the skill was the main part. I forgot it was the burst. I mixed him and Gorou up, which whoopsies, my bad. But anyway, when it comes to our Gorou, 231 ER, bit of crit rate as well, because once again he is on the Fav Warbow. Artifacts, 2-piece ER, 2-piece defense. Just, you know, his pieces are actually kind of leveled, unlike our Illuga, and then C6 with 111.4 talents thanks to his constellations. When it comes to our Flins himself, 72 crit, which becomes 102, as well as 232 crit damage. For his weapons, like I mentioned, Primordial Jadewing Spear. For artifacts, we have over 40. We have 41 CV on both our flower and our feather. And then, sadly, this is probably our worst piece, but at the same time, we hit enough crit rate anyway. If we had a piece which was only crit damage, that would actually be even better for us. This is technically slightly better, but not enough. Then we do have this attack with over 30 CV as well, and then crit damage with 14.4 rolls into crit rate, which of course is 28.8 CV and substat rolls. C0 with 1910 talents. For our Aino and Ineffa, wherever they are, let's see. Aino's build doesn't really matter as much here. She is on bit of EM, like I said, our other stats only matter. 177 ER on the R5 of this event Claymore on the instructor set, alongside Constellation 6, like I mentioned, which we just picked up, and then talents aren't even leveled up. For our Ineffa, we're looking at 72 crit rate, 125 crit damage with 168 ER. Weapons, a Miss of Windspear, level 80 R5, and then we do have her on the Silken Moon set with some okay substat rolls until we go onto the timepiece as well as the Goblet, but the rest is okay, I guess. And then, like I said, C1, which is actually a very solid constellation for us, and then 199 talents. And then finally our good old Sucrose is on 641 EM. Other stats don't matter as much, but anyways, she's on Frailing Tails to give our Flins a attack brief, and then of course Viridescent, because we do want to shred those electro resistances, and then Constellation 6, and then talents. We don't even have the Hexcry buff yet, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's it for our character builds. Let me know how you guys are finding Zibai so far, and what you thought of the clears. Of that being said, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.